What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're going to be doing another miniature kind of showcase video. We're going to go up against a little bit more of a difficult Garp challenge this time, up against the Revolutionary Army number 2. And the main reason why I'm making this video in regards to Luffy versus Kaido, and particularly we're going to be looking at Luffy's side of things, is because we just had the Good, Great, Perfect OPTC award show last night. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure to go ahead and check it out. I should leave links to it in the description and also in the comment section. Definitely go ahead and check it out. We had over 600 people vote for a various amount of categories. And Luffy versus Kaido surprisingly came up in a lot of various categories. Like, a lot of people voted for this guy. And since his character's release, I personally haven't really used Luffy all of that much. I have used Kaido for various situations. I do really like what Kaido does, but I haven't had much of an opportunity to use Luffy, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting if we go ahead and kind of rediscover what this character is actually doing. Now, after kind of using him and breaking down his abilities and kind of, you know, digesting exactly what he does, I can understand why I definitely use Kaido more than Luffy. So the main reason why captains often are selected to be used as captains is because they provide some major benefit to your crew. Now, when you compare what Kaido and Luffy do in their captain ability, Luffy's obviously free spirit focused, which is fantastic. That's obviously one of his biggest draws. Kaido is driven focused. However, the big thing is the utility effects that both Luffy and Kaido both have. They're both pretty good. You've got Luffy, who removes 10 turns of burn and 10 turns of bind, which is pretty nice to have. Although removing bind is relatively common, there's a pretty good amount of captains that can do that. Luffy does have another additional effect, which can remove one additional turn of resilience, rainbow shield, threshold, and increased defense removal when you have a full team of free spirits. So for example, if you use a special that removes 5 turns of increased defense, when you've got a full team of free spirits, it's actually 6 turn removal of increased defense. While that is a really good effect, and it's very unique, it's just that that kind of effect hasn't really come up that often to actually be used in content. Whereas if you compare what Kaido does, Kaido removes 10 turns of paralysis and 10 turns of special reverse, which is very similar to what the Quick and Int Uta legends do. And that effect is absolutely godly. That effect has come up so goddamn much. And the thing is you don't have to go ahead and use double Luffy. I do in this specific scenario because I wanted to have, you know, both Luffys here so I could use his versus effect, which is incredible. His versus effect is phenomenal. And then the special ability partnering up really, really well with that. And obviously applying territory buffs, which is a huge benefit that Kaido does not get access to. Only Luffy has the territory on this specific unit. But still, being able to provide the effect in his versus ability to inflict increased damage taken on the opponent guaranteed through immunity is incredibly strong. And then if you have an attack boost, he can buff it by a 1.2 multiplier, capping out at 4.5. We don't really abuse that side of things, but if you do have this Luffy on your crew, make sure that you activate an attack boosting special before using his versus effect to get the real most out of it. This type of buff from the special, multiplying it by 1.2, is incredibly good for an attack boost. Is really, really strong. Kaido also does have that in his versus effect, but it's for all boosts instead. But yeah, Luffy being able to inflict increased damage taken to the opponent by 1.75 times, it goes through full immunity, which is incredibly strong. And then of course, when you take into account his special ability, which not only provides you with the ability to grant territory, providing a 25% damage bump, 25% damage reduction, and a 1.5 times increased damage to your crew as well for that small duration. Removing attack down by 10 turns is another component that Luffy has, which is really solid to have. So nice utility point there. And then he provides the conditional boost against increased damage taken or defense reduction enemies, which of course he's able to inflict with his versus effect. And he also provides a chain boundary effect. The unfortunate thing is that his territory from his special lasts for 3 turns, so that is a good thing. But then the bad thing is that his conditional boost and his chain boundary only last for 2 and 1 turns respectively. So that's a little bit of a weird thing. Like, I think that considering his territory lasts for 3 turns, it would have been nice if his boundary did last for a little longer. But if you do use multiple Luffy specials in the same turn, you are able to get some pretty nice effects out of that as well. If you do have a full team of free spirits when you launch the special, it does go ahead and buff both the conditional boost and the chain boundary by 0.25, which is quite good. Being able to get like a 3.25 conditional boost and a 3.25 times chain boundary is really strong, of course. It is a little strange though, because this Luffy though, he doesn't have any ability in his kit that does any slot manipulation. So you need to rely on other characters to kind of generate slots for your crew. So that could be a little bit of a downside to this character as well. Kaido, on the other hand, does have the ability to generate a full board of slots when you activate his special. Luffy, as a captain, does make quick and recovery slots beneficial, which is kind of a nice thing, but there are going to be a lot of situations where not having matching slots can kind of bring you down. But at the end of the day, he is still a 6 times captain for free spirits, so long as you have a full team of free spirit characters, which is good. Lots of HP buffs, of course. He has the utility, and then when you have the territory activated and you have 6 free spirits in your crew, he does have a 6.5 times captain, and do not get it twisted. A 6.5 times captain is absolutely phenomenal, and you won't see too many 6.5 captains, right? However, we are about to head into the New Year's celebration, and I would be very shocked if we don't see another character come up with a 6.5 times captain ability. Fully expecting that to be the case. New Year's celebration typically always brings a new round of power creep into the game, so I'm interested to see what they have in store for us. I kind of made a video about it recently, but my assumption is we're going to have Luffy versus Lucci as the headliner unit for the New Year's celebration. That's just my assumption. I obviously don't know anything, but we'll have to wait and see. But I am expecting it's going to be probably a really big power jump. So we'll see how that all comes into fruition. But hopefully you enjoyed the video today. Just doing something a little chill using a recently released Super Sugo Fest exclusive. You know, even though there are some negatives to this character is still incredibly strong. Still very good to use as a crewmate as well. Great synergy with versus Shanks to get double stacking conditional boosts and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Ah, お嫌い